So yeah, there's this funny thing about me and Indiana Jones that is different from most franchises from that era. I actually did not see Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, which at the time was called Raiders of the Lost Ark, until after I saw Temple of Doom, or Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom. So I don't have the same kind of memories on Indy as a lot of people do. Again, I was late to the game on that one. A lot of reasons too, because when I heard the title Raiders of the Lost Ark, even though I was a preacher's kid, I somehow got into my head they were seeking out Noah's Ark and not the Ark of the Covenant, which is a really, really different thing. Totally different artifacts. So, Ark of the Covenant is much more interesting, I think. So, and another weird thing is somehow, some way, I did end up getting some of the Indy figures, the German Mechanic, Indy, and Indian German Disguise. The line that came out along with Kingdom Crystal Skull was the one I really grabbed onto because by that point I was a pretty big Indy fan, and to me that line did okay. There are some flaws in it, and there are some home runs. However, one of the biggest uh, missteps was the distribution and how Temple of Doom got out. And then you had issues with the second wave of Raiders and everything. And I do think that line could have gone a lot further than it did. Unfortunately, it got a little shoehorned by the fact that, well, all they would want to put in is Indy, Mutt, and occasional other figures that really nobody wanted. So now we come to the modern age. Indy 5 is about to come out, and oh, guess what? Another new line. But this time they're not going for 3 3/4 inch, they're going for 6 inch. When I heard this announcement, I kind of went, yeah, I kind of expected this. Now, from looking at what has been revealed so far, character selection is kind of all over the place. There's only one real dedicated wave, and that's going to be the first one with Raiders. The next one's is going to be kind of a mixture of Last Crusade and Temple of Doom, and I don't know what the one after that is. So, huh. Now they do have the vintage wave, which the retro wave, I should say, that, eh, I don't know. While the 3 3/4 inch figures from a few years ago have flaws, these do feel like a step backwards. Just don't feel like the retro wave is going to do it for me. So, in watching all the releases, I decided, well, let me get the regular Indie. I will at least enjoy that one. And from there, let's see what we got. So yeah, here's India. Here's Indy in the box, and the box is nice and everything. It's probably plastic free, and it's like blah, plastic free packaging again. But it's what it is. And here's Indy as he came out of the box, and he just that was just perfect. Just kind of his side, like what the hell, man. Kind of looked to him, and then of course you had the plastic, the the paper with kind of looks like maps, and a lot of people have talked about that. Oh, neat. And I'm like, yeah, well, whatever. Now, another thing was, as I got the accessories out, look what they did to the damn whip. What the hell? Because this is going to come up later, but oh man, come on. That's terrible. But Indy does have an impressive amount of accessories. First off is the pieces of the Ark, which is, something I'm probably not going to build, but, still, you're getting something. The screwed up whip that I've untangled, but still has the same problem as it did a minute ago. And his gun, which, well, I'll get to that in a minute. The fertility idol. Some may remember that. And his whip rolled up. He's got some extra hands, a trigger hand, a grabby hand, and a couple of fists, as you'd expect from Indy. And as far as articulation goes, it's pretty basic. I mean, nothing you would expect from indie. Keeping in mind, too, that this is the same group that works on Star Wars. So, not a massive amount of articulation. Now, his hands are interchangeable. They're different in most Hasbro designs. Normally, they have the peg going down into the arm. This time, the peg is coming out of the wrist, and you snap it into the hand. That's a lot closer to Mafek's design, and I think it works better, to be perfectly honest. Now, looking at his gun, I kind of think it's a little undersized for him. I could have swore the gun was a little bit bigger in the movie, and maybe it's me. Everything in some angles, this kind of looks like the Tom Selleck version of Indiana Jones. I'm wondering if people were wishful thinking there. Then in a couple angles, it looks like Harrison Ford. So it's weird. It's a weird, and I'm calling it sculpt, not scan, because this is the sculpt that makes it do that, not the scanning tech. And of course, because of the way Hasbro packed it, the whip is janked up to hell. I mean, you can't get it to that nice pose like that. No way. No way in hell. So I'm a little upset about that. I mean, I'm trying not to be a bitch about it, but I'm upset about it. I am very much so. And as I said, for posability, he's about average. His right leg does do this weird thing where it kind of bends forward a little bit. Got to watch out for that. That looks weird. It looks like when Sid Vicious kind of broke his leg in a match. It's painful to watch to this day. And again, this face, the sculpt is just off. I mean, it's just off. The scan itself is fine, I think, but the face is shaped wrong. That's not Harrison Ford's face shape. Yeah, I can't really put my finger on it, but it's just not. It's not there. One thing I'll say is on the jacket, there's some wear on it, and it's just right. I mean, the paint is perfect. It's right where it should be, and in the spots it should be, like on the shoulder blades there, on the back, and on the wrinkles. And that's a nice touch. It's even on the hat, so I do like that we get some wear on the jacket, because that's kind of, I think that works real well. And here you see Indy and the Star Wars gang together again. And, of course, he scales well with Star Wars, so you would expect that. So, final thoughts is, I don't hate him, but he's not great. This is not a line I'm going to get into. I mean, I'm going to keep Indy. I'll find a spot for him on the shelf and then go from there. As far as a rating goes, I'll go 3.5 stars. It's okay. I mean, it's an okay indie, and you look at it instantly, it's Indiana Jones, but I can't see me going too far in the line. There's too many issues. I mean, it's not even QC issues. It's just the love isn't there. I can tell. Whoever's doing these and designing these, they're doing it because they have to, not because they enjoy this line. And I'm not trying to knock people doing their jobs. It's just, I can tell a difference. I can really see it. I may pick up a couple from the Temple of Doom. I'm not positive, like Short Round and Temple Indy and maybe Malaram, if Malaram's pretty good. But I'm not going too deep into this line. This is just, not for me. But if you like it and love it, that's great. Keep going. But that'll wrap it up for this edition of Infinite Realms. Don't forget to like and subscribe.